Thomas Rhett, Kicks 105.5. Unforgettable. Unforgettable.
That's what you are.
Am I Natalie right now?
I'm not Nat. I'll be Nat.
748-2345. If you have questions about what we talk about, or you could always call him over at his business there in St. J, right across the bridge there next to the St. Johnsbury House of Pizza. It's Mike Barrett from Barrett Insurance Agency. And a good morning, my friend.
Sorry, I was just calling that a question.
That's okay. Hello? Yeah. You want to comment on Mike Barrett? Yeah. Me too.
Get in line, palsy.
This time of year, do you find that there are a lot of theft or break-in claims that you have to do? Not so bad.
No. But what we are starting to see is we're starting to see fires, which we see all year anyway. But of course, as you're trying to heat your properties, people sometimes come up with creative ways to heat their properties.
I love the farm the other day that had all their cows burned.
That was so sad.
It was because they had one of those like pan heaters. And same, it was like at a dog kennel where they had like the dish one on the propane tank.
Right.
And of course, when you have wild animals, things happen. If they're able to get near that, dog probably wagged his tail and knocked it out.
Well, so we see a lot of that. We see a lot of space heaters being plugged into the wrong type of receptacle, because when you have a space heater's plug can overheat. So if you have too many appliances attached to it, to the same outlet, or if you're running it continuously, you are creating a fire hazard.
Are you saying something like a space heater and 95 strands of lights?
That might, if you Clark Griswold and heat at the same time, it's not a good thing. So it's unfortunate that that's starting to happen, but it is. So what that brings to the table today is be careful, be cognitive of what you're doing. Yes, we don't want to be cold. Yes, my stupid phone won't shut up saying, it's going to be cold. I'm like, I live in Vermont. I know. Shut up. But I keep getting push messages from the Weather Channel saying frigid temperatures are upon us. I'm like, I know, and I'm prepared for it.
I got boots on. I'm cold.
I've got a hat, and I've got my winter coat, rather. But just be cognitive and be careful of how you're connecting things. Be monitoring space heaters. Space heaters are not meant to be permanent. They're not meant to be long-time use. They're meant to be short-use units. So read up on it. And you know what? Do something that I absolutely never do. Read the manual.
When we're putting things together for Christmas time, I always think of when my son was about 6 years old. I was trying to put together this very large toy, and he said, why don't you just read the destructions? And I thought, that's the perfect word that you used.
Appropriate, yes.
Do you get a lot of, from your different people that you do insurance with, the companies, do you have a lot of memos that come to you that say, make sure that you tell your clients, your customers, your consumers, whatever, be cautious of putting that big screen TV box out on the street corner the day after Christmas? Maybe recycle it, anything like that?
No, we don't really get those. Sometimes they will send, if we've had winters with lots of snow and the snow starts to build up, we'll start seeing these reports of how they can calculate weight load on a roof and how immensely heavy it can be. And it's kind of their backdoor way of saying, tell your clients to shovel their roof.
Right. Well, It's funny you say that because over the weekend we had some disturbance issues with the fact that we had a little bit of ice and snow on our dish out back. Mm-hmm. And when you just get even an inch out there of ice or slop, it's very heavy. Mm-hmm. And it's a problem with the signal coming into the radio stations.
Right. Two other things that I'll hit on this morning for claims that are really becoming prominent this time of the year. The next one would be water damage. So we're starting to see frozen plumbing. So if you do have a section of your house or a property that you believe the heat is on, check on it frequently during these cold weather events, because I'll tell you, water claims can be expensive. They can be very expensive.
Well, and they're sort of long-term too. You bust pipes, then you have mold or
right. Remediation is key. Proper remediation is key. So if you've got those nice laminate floors that click together, how waterproof are those? So you probably have penetration through those down to whatever the subfloor is underneath. It can be really messy, really ugly. You can lose a lot of personal property. So that's one thing to think about as well. And right now, think about yesterday's forecast, mild and rain coming back to today, frozen. So now we start talking about the ice dams that can build up on your eaves of your roof. So now any additional water we get will probably be pooled, and water will look for the point of least resistance and could end up in your drywall.
Well, for me, that's an issue because my rain gutters have giant icicles coming down.
Yeah, yeah.
So no water's coming out that.
Right. I can speak from experience. 2 years ago, we had I don't know how many thousands of gallons of water actually come into the office. So the insurance agency having an insurance claim, that was wonderful. That's what happens. It can happen to anybody and everybody. But an ounce of prevention is a pound of cure. So just be prepared. I don't know. I just came up with that. It's probably not even the right one. Google it, and you'll probably find that I need more coffee or something.
Obviously.
But just try to mitigate loss, because let's be honest, a claim is never fun. Even if it works out 110% to your expectations, it's still trials and tribulations. It's the difficult time for everybody. So just be prepared. Yeah.
If insuring some of your new Christmas items, take pictures, get serial numbers. Is that the idea?
If you're getting high valued items like
Rings,
jewelry or fine arts or even musical instruments, call your insurance company and see if there's better ways to provide coverage, such as scheduling jewelry, scheduling musical instruments. There's options out there. So high ticket items, not a bad idea to call and say, hey, what are my options here? Am I properly covered? And you may find you already are, but if there's better options for little cost, please do it.
Well, but for the wife or the lady in your life, it would be nice for her to call someone and be like, "You'll never believe what I got. Oh, it's so beautiful."
He went to Jared.
Good Policies with Mike Barrett every Wednesday about 10 till 8. You can call him up and ask questions at his facility, which is
748-5224. Visit our website, thebarrettagency.com. We're on Google, Facebook, and YouTube as Barrett Insurance Agency.
Thank you, buddy. Good to see you.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
And a Merry Christmas to you.